Good morning. Myself Dr. Balasubramaniam, working as assistant professor in the Department of Zoology, Government First Grade College and PG Center, Chintamani. And students, today we will discuss about the classification of Phylum Moleska. Now this syllabus belongs to the BSc of second semester Zoology syllabus. See, as we know, it's a refreshment of the general characters otherly. So molluscally, we have the well-developed respiratory and circulatory systems. So as we know, body is unsegmented and soft with a bilateral symmetry. And unique featurely, so these animals have the radula, toothed tongue, mostly made up of chitin, to scrape the algae, particularly in the case of the Phyla globosa. So furtherly, mantle is there, and this mantle actually is helpful in the production as well as respiration. And next characterly, muscular foot is there. The foot is ventral in position. Now there is a unique orientation of the animal in this Phylum Moleska, where you find the anterior, the posterior, the dorsal and the ventral, and of course lateral. So usually the foot is ventral in position, and there is a fluid filled cavity called Phylum. And molluscs are a diverse group of animals found in the marine waters predominantly, and also found in the freshwater, and also found in the terrestrial environments. And molluscs are also the second largest invertebrate phyla, next after the phylum Arthropoda. Now we come to the main topic, the classification of the Phylum Moleska. The Phylum Moleska is conveniently classified into 6 classes, namely the class Monoplacophora. The example is a Neoplana Glylathea. The second class being a class Amphineura, example is a Chiton and a Chaetoderma. The third class being a class Scaphopoda, example is the Dentalium and Cadulus. The class Gastropoda, this example is the Phyla globosa and the Cypria, the cowries. And the class Pelecypoda or Bivalvia, example is the Unio and Mytilus. Finally, the class Cephalopoda, that example is the Octopus and Loligo. So these are the 6 classes of the Phylum Moleska. And we see some of the characteristics of each class with the meaning of the meaning of Monoplacophora, Amphineura or Scaphopoda, etc. Here, classification of Phylum Moleska. So this being the first class, Monoplacophora. See, Monoplacophora. So this Monoplacophora is a big word. Just you can break that one. Mono is a single word, placo is a second word, and phora. So 3 words are combined to the Monoplacophora. See, mono is a single, phora is bearing, so single plate bearing animals. Now the shell is single, that is the meaning, Monoplacophora. Placo refers to the plate, mono is referred to single, phora bearing. So the example is a Neoplana Galathea. So single shell is there, dorsally. Here, flattened limb-shaped shell. That shell is a flattened limb-shaped shell. Next, 5 pairs of gills in the pallial grooves. 5 pairs of gills in the pallial grooves. So this pallial refers to the mantle, and these 5 pairs of gills are there. The foot is broad and flat, and of course foot is ventral in position. Internal segmentation is there. So because of this character, now this member some sorts resembles the Phylum Annelida. So this Phylum Annelida, we have the internal segmentation. Further, radula in the radular sac is the radula, that the tongue is having teeth-like structures made up of chitin. Next, intestine is coiled. So this is animal Neoplana Galathea, Monoplacophora. So we find the mantle, shell. Now this what we see is the ventral view, shell, foot, gills, 5 pairs of gills, tentacles, mouth and mantle margin. Of course, mantle going to produce the shell. So that is the monoplacophora. Next class is the class Amphineura. ಈಗ ಎರಡನೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇದು class Amphineura. See, amphi refer to the double, neura refer to the nerves. So example is the chiton and chetoderma. Some of the characteristics of Amphineura are the elongated body with a reduced head. The radula are present. Shell has 8 dorsal plate. Shell has 8 dorsal plates. So these dorsal plates are overlapping. Illinda hididu anterior inda hididu posterior ge there is 8 dorsal plates which are overlapping plates are there. Next, foot is ventral, large, flat and muscular. See, foot is this foot is large, ventral, flat and muscular. So this foot is helping in locomotion. Now larva is trochophore larva. Fertilization is external. Now that's what I was talking about, the symmetry or the orientation of this animal. Where this head is there, now this belongs to the anterior. Where the anus is there, that belongs to the posterior. And these are the lateral, and of course this is the dorsal and this is the ventral view. So particular type of orientation is there in the Phylum Moleska because of the maybe the torsion or the symmetry of some animals is such that this type of orientation is found in the Phylum Moleska members. Next, class Scaphopoda. Scapha andre boat, podas andre foot. So example is the dentalium and cadulus. Now this, of course, this dentalium is the elephant tusk shell, common name because it resembles the elephant tusk. Now this animal's dentalium called tusk shells. The body is within the tubular shell. The soft body is within the tubular shell. Now this tubular shell is open at both the ends. Now this animal is a burrowing form, ecologically adapted to the burrowing nature in the soil where the marine shores are there. ಸಮುದ್ರದ ದಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ರೀತಿ burrowing forms, these animals are found usually partially some portion of the shell exposed to the environment and the other animal is embedded in the soil. Body is within the tubular shell, open at both ends. No head. So head is absent. Mouth with tentacles. No eyes also there. Eyes are also absent because completely it's burrowing the soil. So there is no need of eyes. Foot is conical and radula is present. No gills. Next one, dioecious. Sexes are separate. Larva is trochophore larva and gonad is single. Now this is the animal where you find this capitula, pedal ganglion, mouth, cerebral ganglion, pleural ganglion, stomach, gonads, and of course the shell is there. The elephant tusk shell or the dentalium. Next, class 4, class Gastropoda. Example is a Pila globosa cauris. Now gaster refer to the belly or the stomach. Podas refer to the foot. Now this animal is talking about the torsion, where the shell is dextrorotatory or levorotatory, rightward coiling or leftward coiling is there for the shell. And these members are commonly called the snails and the slugs. Now there is a torsion of the body mass, particularly the visceral mass is having a lot of torsion because of the shell torsion. Shell is twisted and of course the visceral mass is also twisted. A well-developed head is there with eyes and tentacles. Radula is present. That Tongue has the teeth-like structures made up of chitin, radula. Foot is large and flat and ventral. Shell may be present or absent, mostly marine, and freshwater forms also there. In the members of the gastropoda, now we find this coiling of the shell and nematostome, mantle, head, eyes, upper tentacles and lower tentacles. So that's a apple snail or the Pila globosa. Next, fourth class is the class Pelisopoda or bivalvia, where you find two shells are there. Now those two shells, because of the presence of two shells, so it's also called bivalvia. Examples are the Unio and Mytilus. Now body is enclosed in the bivalve shell and laterally compressed. No head, tentacles, eyes, jaws and radula. Because these animals are filter feeders, mostly filter feeders, so there is no need of presence of the radula. And in the place of jaws there are the labial palps, that is in the Unio, labial palps are there. Now eyes, because it's usually embedded in the soil, so eyes are absent. And foot is hatchet shaped and extend between the mantle lobes. Foot is hatchet shaped, so because of the burrowing nature, so just it's a plow. Plowing, just the foot plows in the soil. Plow tara, this foot is there. So it's a wedge shaped foot between the mantle lobes. Usually dioecious, sexes are separate. Mostly marine, fewer freshwater forms, and the stomach is there with the style sac, and stomach is surrounded by the digestive glands. Now this is the Unio, Pelisopoda or bivalvia. Next class, last class is the class Cephalopoda, where this octopus, octo is referred to the 8, and Loligo and Sepia. The devilfish octopus called the devilfish, and the cuttlefish Sepia, like that Loligo. Cephal refer to the head, podas refer to the foot. So in the members of the Cephalopoda, so head is prominent, and the eyes are also prominent. Body is elongated dorso-ventrally. Shell is maybe internal most of the cases, or sometimes absent. Shell is external also in some of the cases. Head is distinct, large and well developed, with the presence of eyes and siphon. Foot is modified into tentacles. And dioecious, sexes are separate, development is direct. They are marine and free-living forms. So that's what we talk about the body parts of the octopus. The head is there, eyes are there, siphon is there, and tentacles, the suckers. So there is a mantle is there. So these are the some of the features of the class Cephalopoda. Next, summarily, a diverse group of organisms with the second largest phylum, next after the phylum Arthropoda. Radula is present in some of the forms and absent in the freshwater mussels. They possess the special structures called asperidia, olfactory organ, to test the chemical nature of the water. The stetocyst may be present in the free-living forms which act like the body equilibrium organs. The blood is blue or green in color due to the presence of a pigment containing hemocyanin. Now they possess the myogenic heart. So this myogenic heart, where this the heart, the contraction and expansion of the heart depends on the muscle mass, that sinoatrial node, SAN, what you call AVN and SAN, and so this myogenic heart. This heart is where this pacemaker is made up of muscle. So this is called myogenic heart, and some invertebrates have the neurogenic heart as well, where this neurogenic heart, where this pacemaker is made up of nerves. Further, this mantle is there, which is found between the shell and the visceral mass. Then next character, this muscular foot is there, and this muscular foot usually ventral in position, and octopus they have the tentacles. Next, there is a position of fluid-filled cavity called coelom. So these animals are eucoelomates. So that means there is a eucoelomates, and there is a body cavity lined by coelomic epithelium, and this coelomic epithelium has outer coelomic epithelium and inner coelomic epithelium, and between these there is a coelomic cavity which has the coelomic fluid and coelomocytes. All these features are there. It is called eucoelomate animals. And mollusks are a predominantly marine group of animals. However, they are also known to inhabit in the freshwater as well as terrestrial habitats. Okay, so this further this references what we saw, of course, Cyanotebrates RL Kotpal book is there. So we tell usually it's where it's an excellent textbook of invertebrates for Kotpal, where a lot of information and very good information and a lot of useful information, where what the students need, that much information is there. That's excellent textbook as RL Kotpal. Further, next Jordan Verma also some of the points are referred or explained very well in the Jordan Verma. Next, Yakamanath Iyer is there in invertebrates. So is also particularly these bone parts, osteology parts are well explained in the vertebrates in the Yakamanath Iyer. Next is Dami and S.N. Prasad. So these are the some of the textbooks. And of course, I also saw the Google information, particularly for the photographs and these things. So thanks for all this information, and thanks for students also for listening my class. Thank you.